Mind, when you see this, you're here, you're now seeing it up close.
It's not only seeing it, Alex, you can smell it. You can feel it, right? So it's seeing it with our eyes, and many people have seen it. You all are covering it. But to literally be on the ground here, you can smell the smoke that was here. You can feel the toxicity, frankly, of the environment. You can feel the energy of all of the folks who are still here on the ground.
You're listening.
Yeah, like all the time I'm listening.
WATP with Christian, Eric, and Carl sometimes.
Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood bar.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're having fun. We're making it happen.
It's fun time. Open your mouth, close your eyes. We're going to give you a big surprise.
And here it is.
Welcome to Who Are These Broadcasters? I'm Christian Blatt. He's Eric Zane. This is the only show still using DEI practices, but don't worry, we're just using it to help out the Irish. Our buddy Adam Hughes will be joining us later in the show. EZ, how are you today?
Never better. Got my winter hat on.
I know people are missing your luxurious hair. It's possibly the only popular thing about this show is your great hair.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And it won't be long because a lot of this involves the fact that this room is freezing. And people have said, EZ, do you have heat in that room? And the answer is no, I don't. So that's why we're the hat. So now it's starting to warm up here in the great state of Michigan to some degree. And in a couple months, I'll be able to lose the hat.
Well, for now, I get to be the hair icon.
Well, no, yeah, you live in Southern California. I mean, it's you can't insure your home and everything's on fire half the fucking time. But
it's fine right now. There's no mudslides or earthquakes or anything coming my way. And it's a brisk 82 degrees today. So, by the way, Chad's missing upper lip. DEI because Zane is we can say that, can't we?
I hope so. We can say retard, so we might as well.
We should be able to say that. That's a designation.
Yeah.
And by the way, I come buckets. 2 gay, unfunny libs. I'll tell you, 2 of those things about us are untrue, but I'm not going to tell you which ones. Thank you for being here. The great I come buckets.
I come buckets.
Yeah. Wow. He's a legend. So most importantly, up at the top of the show, Hackamania. Back to the hack in Las Vegas, May 9th through the 11th. Use promo code WATP to save. I hear rumors prices might be rising, so you might want to
really
right now. That's what I'm hearing.
Like in addition to what was already like on the docket.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just heard Carl say prices might be raising.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
So we'll see what happens. But if you've got money for Hackamania, you've got money for Super Chats. So EZ, tell everybody how Super Chats work on this show.
Yeah, we would love you to make it so that Christian signs off by saying something horrible about his or my sexuality or our love for being discriminatory to certain groups of people, whatnot. So you write it in there, and then you attach a dollar amount to it, and the one with the highest dollar amount, that's how Christian will sign off the show. If, however, you're like, these guys are fucking great, I love them, they're getting a few bucks because they are here every single fucking week, and it's the best show on the entire fucking network, well, then by all means, you can throw that at us too. We'd love to have that. And if you don't, then mid-show, you'll be attacked for being cheap bitches. So there you go. That's about all that we've done from the get-go.
I can cry on command, and I am not afraid to do it on the show if we don't get enough Super Chats.
Yeah.
By the way, Patrick Everett points out that EZ has hot tub money. So obviously,
it's true. I have hot tub money, but I don't have heat in this room money.
Well, somebody who is looking for a hot tub or anywhere to stay warm this time of year, of course, are bears.
WATV, who are these bears? Who are these bears?
So, as we referenced earlier, we had the wildfires out here not that long ago, and we talked about the people that it impacted, but it also impacted the bears. So the bears got to find somewhere to go when they're getting out of the fire, and apparently, this one ended up in this dude's house.
It might be his neighborhood, but it's definitely not this bear's house that he cozied up underneath in Altadena.
We ended up putting a Ring camera under there that had a light on it, and found out that we have a giant bear in our crawl space. So it was a little nerve-wracking for a while.
Sammy Arbid tells us the giant bear, who is known by some neighbors as Barry the Bear and by others as Victor the Bear.
Victor.
Okay, that's an important time to pause it. Victor the Bear, I'll stand for, but I don't know that I can feature bears on this show who go by the name Barry the Bear.
No?
Can we get a ruling on that, Eric? Should I allow it?
I don't. Can you give me a reason why, other than, I mean, it's a nice alliteration, right? Barry the Bear.
It seems a little just do it. That Q word that we threw out a little earlier. I don't know if I like the name Barry the Bear. That's
okay. All right. Well, you know what? If you feel strongly about it, I'm not going to get in the way of that. So fuck Barry.
No. We should see what's going on with Barry. So Barry's under the house, which I think that this guy's handling it the way all of us will.
Lives just around the corner in Eaton Canyon, which is where the Eaton fire started just over 3 weeks ago.
By the way, I believe the bear started the fire. I don't have anything. I think Barry did it. I'm going to start selling T-shirts that just say Barry did it.
Barry's cubs were probably burnt to death during that horrible thing.
But that was all part of Barry's plan. He wanted to be able to go out there and get some bear strange.
I think during the fire, he pretty much stayed in there. I think he was scared.
SoCal gas crews were apparently scared too. They couldn't access the meter to turn the gas back on after the fire once they found the bear hanging out right here in the crawl space.
Just imagine you go under there like, all right, we got to read the meter. And I'll spoil it a little bit. There's this 550-pound bear just hanging out in there. It's like, nope, fuck it. You're going to get gas and electric for free for a little while. No worries.
I'll tell you what, with the way they love homeless people in California there in your great state,
sure,
I wouldn't be surprised if this spot, after the bear gets evicted, will be the home to several families underneath that home, and you won't be able to do anything to get them out.
Well, I'll tease it forward to next week. I only want to do one bear this week, but next week we do have a bear that became a squatter in an abandoned house.
Okay. I like how you're even ahead on the bear game. I mean, that's
well. I try to judge how many minutes of bears can we really get away with for Barry or Victor.
Right.
All right. So Barry is there under the house. What do you do to try and get rid of him?
Life set up a trap that was apparently too tempting to ignore.
So they went to Stater Brothers and bought some rotisserie chicken and sardines and tomato sauce, apples and peanut butter and all kinds of stuff. They made a feast.
That's a snack for our buddy Cardiff Electric, what this guy just described. It's just a mid-afternoon snack. By the way, if this guy doesn't get like $100 gift card from the grocery store chain Stater Brothers that he just shouted out, there's no reason to say the name of the place unless you're looking for a little hand washing, as it were.
Yeah, TV will do anything to make money these days. This probably didn't even happen. It's just a convenient way to throw Stater Brothers in there.
Yeah.
And then it's an advertisement. That's the way they're doing ads these days.
By the way, if Stater Brothers would like to give me a gift card, it doesn't do Easy any good, but just let me know.
For him.
Thankfully, that sweet and savory platter lured this big guy out like a charm.
Okay, there it is.
Arbid says the experts decided to trap the bear after determining he was probably too fat to tranquilize.
Too fat to
By the way, Too Fat to Tranquilize is also the upcoming autobiography of my friend, the great Cardiff Electric. Too Fat to Tranquilize at Amazon.ca, the Canadian Amazon.
I love the name of that. That just sounds, it sounds like the name of a Weird Al record or something, but it works for Cardiff too, I guess. Cardiff, I didn't have anything to do with these jokes. He wrote those jokes on his own. God
yeah,
damn it.
no. I know. I'm just trying to get Cardiff to pay attention to me. That's really what it is.
We love Cardiff.
I like to. He watches this show sometime, and I'd like to find out that he did watch this one, and not just JT sent him like a timestamp and like, hey, Eric Zane was making fun of you.
Right. Yes.
Podcasters.
Watch it from the very beginning to the end with all of the witty banter.
Yes.
By the way, is banter a bad thing? Because
no, it's just Carl and Blind Mike do banter on Who Are These Socials. So we try to steer clear of banter.
Banter is like a conversation about something.
Yeah, it's an important part of podcasting, but trademark, patent pending, copyright, Carl Hamburger, Blind Mike Fury. So we
yeah, because he'll probably get pissed. He does pull the string for us here.
Yeah, and the chain.
I don't
he definitely pulls the chain as well.
Chain and string, or anything that could be string or chain like. So
anything that could be pulled. Anyway, let's backtrack for Barry for a second here. Did you see how happy these white guys were to have this big fat 500-pound bear just get locked up?
Yeah.
The experts decided to trap the bear after determining he was probably too fat to tranquilize.
I think that when OJ turned himself in, there were less happy white people there bringing him in. They're just like, yeah,
that's not true. There was a lot of happy white people. Every white person was happy when OJ turned himself in.
That's true. But I think that they would have liked there to have been some rough housing. But
by the way, side note, not to banter.
No, we
have
can't.
You watched the OJ documentary on Netflix?
I have not seen that one. I've seen a few OJ documentaries, and of course the real life Ryan Murphy series where David Schwimmer played Robert Kardashian.
No, fuck all that shit. You got to watch this. This one lays out the evidence in such a way that you're like, how the fuck did he get away with this?
Yeah, I've been on shows where Marcia Clark gets interviewed, and she still asks herself that question. She has no idea. they made a good case, but anyway, let's see what's going on here now with Barry.
Once removed, he weighed in at a whopping 525 pounds.
Okay. All right, I fat shamed him. I said 550. I think that's the bear from next week. He's 525 though. So that is a hefty bear.
The biologist actually said is the biggest bear he's ever seen in person.
And of course, this is a guy who knows about big bears. He definitely goes out there looking for big bears.
He seems so happy about it. This guy is
because he's out of his house.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to be able to do it. He wasn't going to put sardines and peanut butter on a rotisserie chicken himself.
So I wonder if there were portions of time when, like, for extended time before they actually got the bear out, that he was like, oh, well, I guess I wait for a week till we get this guy out. And he has to.
Yeah, he probably just should have tried to set his house on fire. All right, I have one last tidbit from this. That bear can't take a lift. Thank you, the one pun. That,
just
that bear definitely would pop the tires.
I forgot her name. What was her name?
Dank
Blackie
DeMoss.
the Black?
Yeah,
Dank DeMoss. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have any news on her this week, but not because I didn't look. All right. So just one final thing on the bear here. This is what the neighbors had to say.
They're happy to hear that the bear's okay and had a good meal.
He's very harmless. He just wants some good trash. Like we all like some good trash.
Hey, Eric, do you like good trash?
Yeah, like this bitch from Bakersfield. Jesus Christ. Look at her.
Yeah, she is a Bakersfield 8. That's for sure.
Oh, no.
So we all like some good trash, just like everybody checking out Who Are These Broadcasters right here on the Who Are These Podcasts, the Lion and the Cub podcast. Nice makeup. All right. Well, we had fun, but I don't want to end the animal fun. But to do that and let it continue, we have to kick it on over to local news.
WATB, who are these local news? Who are these local newscasters?
So in this Ring doorbell cam that has been picked up by local news, but I just want to play the actual Ring doorbell cam. You'll see that this is from a little while ago. You are going to hear some Christmas music in the background. A homeowner decided that she did not want a buck on her front porch eating her plants. So she confronted it the same way I would confront an animal.
Excuse me, Buck? Hey, hi. Can you stop eating my holiday arrangement? You back off, buddy. Okay, Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. No, no. Stop.
You know
No.
those bucks. They always think you're not looking, and then they go right back to try and eat more of your plants.
Yeah, that's a porch buck is what it is.
That is definitely
He's definitely on the porch, and he's a buck. We like to call them porch bucks.
Our next clip, this is I believe it's international deer calling competition. And I don't know that we're going to be able to adequately describe this to our audio audience. We're going to try, we're going to play it first, and it might resemble a different activity, but I want to let EZ just see this in its purest form.
Many people try to make the most of their weekends, but some settle for much less. That brings us to this story, as Baltic hunting enthusiasts battle to be named a champion deer caller. 23 people took part in the 7th annual contest in Latvia. They were judged on their ability to imitate various kinds of red stag calls. Believe it or not, the winner will get to perform again on an even bigger stage at next year's European Championship in Poland.
In Poland. So the International Bear Championships will be in Poland. Stuttering John taking a morning dump. And just in case you need a little bit more of people cramming big plastic cylinder devices into their mouth. This is also from the bear calling championship.
Is it bear or buck? You keep saying bear.
It's deer.
Yeah, I deer. You keep saying bear.
Look, I got bears on the brain because
that guy's he's I didn't realize you have to like deep throat it like.
Well, yeah, this one is far more suggestive, but I think I needed to set the table with the earlier one.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, at the very least, give that thing a reach around. Come on now.
Wow. Does anyone go to not like laugh hysterically at these disgusting individuals, or are they there to like, wow, that was great?
I mean, people might go to, get turned on, but no, I don't think they go because they think that the skill is there.
God damn it. It's just sickening to me that there's probably 5 times the people enjoying that than participate in 1 week worth of my daily podcast. Motherfucker.
Well, you could, don't just sell your podcast short. You can put this show in there too. A lot of people love that. So,
oh my God, my show makes this show look like fucking Rogan.
That's actually true for me. This is much bigger than my show. So people make fun of how many live viewers we have. It's like, oh, you don't watch my shows, do you?
Oh my God.
By
the way, look at this. Yeah. Look at this. This nice person, Vinny. How do I say that?
Vinny's a fat wop.
Vinny's a fat wop. Hey guys, how about Jenny's amazing cans? I don't know, Jenny. That's
Carl's wife.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! I want to slobber on those gazongas. 88 double H. Look, that sounds horrible. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Well, I was actually on a Point Dabble Point episode where Jenny wore a very tight shirt, and ever since then, there's been renewed fascination on. I believe the word used was gazongas. That tracks for the WATP universe for sure.
Gazongas, you say?
I think that's what he said, right?
That is, yeah. Vinny Safatwap also said, which one of you has a bigger hog? Is it bigger than Carl's, you think?
Okay, well, we should probably discount EZ from this measuring contest because yours doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So, I mean...
Wouldn't that be the ultimate tragedy if yours was like 11 and a half inches? It just doesn't work.
Well, I did get some good news, though.
Oh, tell us.
I found, this is banter, so I don't know if this will work, but there's a thing called Eurolift.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine had it done. And I guess they go in your butthole and there's like a thing that they pump up, and it lifts your bladder.
Yeah.
Or your it either moves your bladder or your prostate, because my prostate is the size of one of John's genital warts right now. And it makes it so I have to pee all night. So that might actually help me, and then I can get off of these ridiculous drugs that eat my jizz.
Who in the chat remembers the name of the guy that they've covered on WATP? I feel like Andy works this beat, not surprisingly, from Trucker Andy, the guy who travels and he has a lot of medical procedures done to try to enlarge his penis. So this could also help you as well.
Yes.
Look, this is Carl's network. He's the boss. Obviously, he has the biggest hog. There's no doubt in my mind.
100%. Yeah. I'm gonna keep you updated though. It's
please
a long time until I get, because it's a long waiting list to get the appointment. Okay, but I might be able to fix my dick.
I mean, if you fix your dick, your wife will probably go into witness relocation. I think she'll want to be nowhere near you. So they say that karma's a bitch. And again, this is one of those videos that went viral, but I like to play the actual video. And here's a guy on a snowy day, decides he's going to run out there and throw some snowballs at some geese. So here he goes. Where are those geese? Yeah. Fuck you, geese. Okay. He scares them away. Damn it.
It's like the geese coming and went to the other side of the street.
So he's like, oh, you got a snowball.
Oh, fuck. Joke race.
No, it's all right. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I thought it was a dog chasing him for a second there.
So this is what happens. So he throws down the snowball as to say to the goose, like, all right, come on. You know, like we're good. I'm not going to do it. And it's really the volume for which he reacted to that is what made me think about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Lion in the Cub says, Lordy, Lordy, here come the birds.
So this next one is not animal related. I want to shout out I believe this is an ABC affiliate in Abilene, Texas. Her name is Brenna Gibbons, and she released sort of the behind the scenes of her recording a story, commenting on the cold weather outside. And I find it to be very funny. And I don't know why people stand out in hurricanes and snowstorms and things. And especially when what you're trying to show off is how cold it is. But let's watch how Brenna handles this.
Gibbons, and with the weather being in the teens or even single digits, most people wouldn't be going outside. But for others, they do have to go out in these freezing temperatures. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.
Jump cut.
Hurts. It physically hurts.
Looks like it.
Just make sure you're bundling up and staying warm to taking the proper precautions. Ah, it's cold.
It's a costly fumble, Brenna. Now you're going to do it again.
Okay. If you do have to go outside in these freezing temperatures, make sure you're taking the proper precautions to bundle up and stay warm. Okay, I'm done. That's good. That works.
Oh, my God.
I love the way she runs off. Just that pained look on her face. It's already so cold, and she trips over that phrase, and she's like, damn it, I gotta do it again, don't I?
The way TV is now, she's ready for like New York, and upwards of $16,000 a year for that gig.
Yeah, I hope that the ABC affiliate, WABC Channel 7 in New York, sees that and figures that she's ready for a move. Now, that was a not too subtle way to actually dive into some really quick banter. Again, apologies to Carl and Blind Mike. You have on the screen there, your little screen name is Easy77 WABC. As a radio guy, still working in radio, I wanted to get your thoughts on the great Anthony Cumia returning to broadcast radio in New York City for a schedule yet to be determined on 77 WABC.
I think this is the best move that they can possibly do on AM radio. People may still listen to AM radio in some communities. I guess it just depends on what's on.
Yeah.
And Anthony doing it from home, I mean, who wouldn't do that? That's fantastic. I think it's a great move.
Oh, I'll tell you who wouldn't do it. Opie, who said that he turned them down 3 times. Well, I'd like to see those receipts from the Opster.
Okay.
Maybe they wanted him to be leashed, and he's unable to do that if he's Opie Unleashed NYC.
You know what's funny is about that? They're bringing Anthony on based on his performance from all of these years doing Compound. That's why this is happening. It's not, and because of the legacy from doing it in New York. Opie doesn't have either of those things. This guy couldn't do anything. He's horrible at doing this. He can't even fucking talk. He just sits there and complains like a bitch. He might be the worst. And that was, to me, so revealing after those two broke up and whatever. It became so clear how shitty that guy is at everything. Oh, my God. He's the luckiest person in the world to have gotten as far as he did in radio. He should thank Anthony regularly for
the earliest incarnation of Opie had the purpose of stirring shit up and upsetting people. But when he became kinder, gentler Opie, there was literally no reason for him to be there. And he hated comedians having fun around him and would immediately go to the phones. By the way, you have a dog back there. Should you do what Opie would do and say, "Hi, doggy"?
That's so ridiculous to me. It makes me, by the way, that one couch cushion is up because the other fucking dog peed on it today and I had to clean it. God damn it.
How many dogs do you have? Just 2?
4.
Oh, Jesus. And your dick doesn't work. I can't imagine.
2 cats.
I don't want to do one of those. What was the celebrity wife swap? I have no interest in living your life for a day.
I have one of those houses that, like, when someone comes to the door, like, from their perspective, when you open the door, it smells like fucking fuck. And they're like, what the fuck?
Like literal fuck?
It smells so bad in this fucking house. There's no way you could clean this house. The next person who buys this fucking house is going to have to take everything out and rip it down to the studs. And so that's pretty much the way it is in my house.
You might want to take up smoking. That might actually clear up the smell a little bit. All right. We're going to do things a little differently this week. We are going to dive right into one of my favorite clips we've ever seen. I want to thank everybody who sent me the clip that's going to lead this off, including Eric Zane. Everybody wanted to make sure we saw the clip that leads off our Who Are These Sportscasters?
Who are these sports? You know what I'm saying? Who are these sports? Let's see who's playing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what's the side.
Eric, remind me before next week's show. I'm going to make all the bumpers actually twice as loud. They're sounding a little quiet to me today.
Yeah, that to me was a big complaint about the show.
Yeah,
it's just a little too low. They can't hear it.
Yeah, and Doug does such tremendous work with all of our jingles, and I want to make sure that everybody gets to enjoy them. All right, so I know a lot of you have seen this. I actually have a second clip that a lot of places haven't had. But so Buffalo Sabres announcer Rob Ray. Now, he doesn't, he probably knows what I say every week, that every mic's a hot mic, but sometimes you can't help yourself. And again, it's not pictured. No one seems to have the video, or if they do, they haven't released it. But let's just let it play out, and then we'll react to what happens.
Dropped, and it's 4-0 here in the opening period. And Razor just took another one. And that was a rocket. Doctors checking Razor out very quickly. That was close to the eye.
So, yeah.
Everything about that. The organ playing. It's like slap shot.
Everything about this clip makes me need to play it again.
The puck is dropped, and it's 4-0 here in the opening period. And Razor just took another one. And that was a rocket. Doctors checking Razor out very quickly. That was close to the eye.
Now
that is Rob Ray, known as Hot's a typical hockey nickname, Razor, and he ate a puck earlier in the game, and this is the second puck that he's eaten
in the game. And Eric, how do you feel like you'd be able to continue broadcasting? What would your ability be like after you took a puck to the face?
Well, I mean, that's I'm not a hockey player. I wouldn't be able to do another fucking thing. This guy, he just got another blast of CTE that he already had. I mean, Rob Ray is a fucking meathead. Jesus Christ! But this is fantastic.
So that is with 2:22 to go in the first period. So then he comes back in the third period, and they want to ask him how he's doing.
Yeah, took one right off the.
Yeah, I got
off
a
the
couple
eye
there
first.
in the eyebrow, a couple little stitches. But
All right, so where did it hit first, or is that all in one motion?
right where the golf ball is, right here.
It's amazing. I feel for our audio audience who can't see.
Yeah,
it's a literal golf ball.
It looks like monkey bread. His fucking face looks like goddamn monkey bread. Wow.
Well, let's let him. The least we can do is let him finish his thought after he took a couple pucks to the face.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not normal. That's not normal. So
Oh my God.
Look at you knowing where every camera is.
I got it, man.
So he turns to the camera that he knows is over his shoulder to give us that perfect look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I fell in a parking lot like 5 years ago, and I'm still not recovered from it.
Holy shit. That just the oh fuck. I mean, that's a by the way, that fact that's 7-2, by the way, if you're a Rangers fan, holy shit.
Yeah.
But that was
worked by the Sabres. Looking out for Rob, right?
Yeah. That was all fantastic. Just him doing it. Hopefully they didn't like apologize or anything like that. Not that anybody would give a fuck.
Yeah, it's hockey. I think
it sure is.
You're going to lose your entire audience if you apologize for it. And all right, I just want to play the fuck one more time.
Dropped and it's 4-0.
Oh, fuck.
Here in the
That'd be a great drop. Just
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to. We don't have a ton of drops on this show, but that is definitely one that I think we're going to need. Now, one that you sent to me, Mr. Zane, you have to listen to what the commentator says here because it raises a really important question about something that might happen to the face of the player in question.
Who got hurt on that last transition opportunity.
Yeah, somebody got dick in the face, Craig. See if he's okay. Yeah, somebody got dick in the face, Craig. See if he's okay.
It's so juvenile. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Well, Grady Dick, if you're like that guy who said that, he's excited about the prospect of, he's already in his head thought about this scenario. If by chance Grady Dick ever gets hit in the face and is injured, I am going to unload this bomb. And I am here for it. I'm so glad that happened.
Dick in the face, Craig.
I love that. So last week we were talking about the big USA-Canada hockey game. There was a lot of excitement about that. And this week, somehow there's a little bit less excitement about that. And this is one of those areas that spans a few different worlds. So this is, of course, sports related. But I want to make sure that the first thing that we get is a clip that you hear me stumbling because I'm like,
yeah, I was letting it go a little longer, and I was gonna jump in to buy you some time there, but I suspected that something was cooking. It was just a little too much.
Yeah,
what the fuck? What are you doing?
Yeah, what am I doing? That's the real question. And the Canadians really, there's sore losers, but we of course know about sore winners. I think we're all very much aware of that. And okay, so I found what I was looking for, and I'm sorry for that. Look, it happens like once every 2 shows.
Asshole.
I labeled it wrong. This is on me.
What the fuck?
So that was the time for people to get their super chats in, but it didn't work. All right.
Give me said so many words. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah, and you're just sitting there like thinking about that guy taking a puck.
I'm trying to I didn't want to jump in, and then you're done, and then you found it. Next time, just go. I'm looking. Easy, say something. I'm looking. Help me.
I should.
It would be less awkward than this. Whatever that was.
That was fun. Look, we can certainly laugh at ourselves here on Who Are These Broadcasters because no one else does. And here, I'll even give myself this.
Cringe of the week. Cringe of the week.
right there. I did it. All right. So now nobody needs to pull that. So President Trump was on with Brian Kilmeade on the radio talking about this is after the USA-Canada matchup.
What did you say to the USA hockey team? Because they were all motivated afterwards, very patriotic people. And what do you say to Justin Trudeau, who's kind of taunting you afterwards, saying Canada will always be for Canadians and we'll always, to paraphrase, we'll always own hockey?
Well, we won the first game. The second game was a great game. It could have gone either way. Justin's a loser, always has been. And
the main reason I have this clip was because of that. But don't worry, the president continues.
I just love that Kilmeade knew he was going to get that.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful setup there. This surprises nobody.
Nobody.
He's just a guy that really doesn't. I think he's done a very bad job for Canada. He's taken it radical left, and he's going to lose the election. It looks like pretty big.
I thought he was stepping down.
If he even runs, I don't know.
He's not running.
He's not going to run.
Kilmeade's got to be like, all right, I have to give an assist to my hero here. Mr. President, he's
That's
not
an old story that he's not. He didn't even know that he wasn't running.
Well, look, after his insult, you heard that Trump had nothing. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, he's a loser. And he's like, he's done a really, it's kind of like me trying to set up that clip.
Right.
That's basically like me trying to throw a snowball at some geese.
I think between you and him, it was like a fucking paradox or something. It was just weird. With Trump, first of all, it sounds like he's got to blow his nose and throughout that clip, like he's sick or something.
Yeah, he probably, he hasn't slept. I mean, at least since January 20th, but I don't know how much he was sleeping before that. Yeah.
You afterwards saying Canada will always be for Canadians and we'll always, to paraphrase, we'll always own hockey.
Well, we won the first game. The second game was a great game. It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Justin's a loser.
Okay. So Justin's a loser. He's got that. All right. Now let's open this door and just hit the spillway and let this waterfall of insults pour out of your mouth, Mr. President.
Always has been. And, he's just a guy that really doesn't. I think he's done a very bad job for Canada.
Thanks.
So out of all that, he's done a very bad job. That's a big letdown to me.
Yeah.
I think Trump, he should be a little bit more skilled, like I am showing that I am not right now, to actually pull this off in a concise manner. But he didn't really say anything. He goes on and on and on, and then just says he does a bad job.
Yeah. You're Mike Wallace compared to me like 3 minutes ago, so don't worry about it. Everything's fine. So Charles Barkley commented he had shown up the day before the game. He was wearing the Team USA sweater on the set, and he's very gracious, Sir Charles, when it comes to losing.
Not going to be a bad loser. Congratulations to Canada. I'm sorry we got the tariffs on you.
Heck of a hockey game.
It was a great hockey game.
Heck of a hockey game.
So you think they were playing harder? They were playing harder because of the tariff, but they didn't want to be the 51st state.
That's the motivation.
I love everything he says.
No,
every clip I ever get of Chuckles Barkley, I'm like, great. I just want to play it because he just makes me laugh when he opens his mouth.
Honestly, that is the only, if you can think back in your entire life, you and I have been on this earth for more than 100 years combined.
Jesus, you're right.
We
That's
have never,
ever,
except for this one slice of a couple of weeks where Trump floated the idea of a 51st state, have we heard anything even remotely interesting from the state of Canada? This is the only thing that has been interesting about a gigantic fucking boring nation.
I would like to be a fellow countryman of my friend Cardiff Electric. I think that's the important thing. That's what we need. Although, Cardiff has the plan to make the USA the 11th province of Canada. So anybody who's interested in that,
okay, that would be interesting.
Check out Cardiff Electric, dabbleverse.tv. All right. So we saw Charles Barkley being a gracious loser. I wanted to show a sore winner. This is a prank phone call, Montreal sports radio host. His name is Tony Mariano. So he decides to prank call Boston sports talk WEEI, a show called Jones and Keefe. And this is kind of mashing up video from both shows, but this is on the air in Montreal. So Tony Mariano calls in to the Jones and Keefe show.
Curly in Boston. What's going on?
So he comes up with the name Curly in Boston. So already.
Yeah. So he's like, they think it's an audience member.
Yeah. I would have used the name Sully, but you know what? Let's see how Tony does here.
All right, let's go to Curly in Boston. What's going on, Curly?
Hey, guys, I can't believe we lost that game tonight, but as usual, we get owned by Canada like 90% of the time when we play, guys. We get owned by them. You know what? It's their game, guys. We just have to admit it.
Yeah, it's closer now, though, and I don't know if you can necessarily say that anymore. I mean,
they beat them last week.
Yeah,
Yeah, but David, the USA beat them last week when the game didn't mean anything. Last night was the biggest game. Last night was the final. I mean, what's going on here? Look, we don't have a Connor McDavid. We don't have a Sidney Crosby. We don't have a Cale Makar. We don't have a Nathan McKinnon. What do we have? We have Austin Matthews. He disappears in every big game. He goes into the corner. He goes get a guy to make it a 3-on-1, and we leave the best player in the world, Connor McJesus, all alone in the slot. Guys, we don't know how to play hockey, man. All we do is we talk a big game. We go out there, Matthew Tkachuk, Brady Tkachuk. Matthew was a selfish move, guys.
I hate it now.
Yeah, I wanted to know, like, at a certain point, these guys could probably move on. Now, look, they don't know they're getting trolled.
No.
And, the most annoying thing about this clip is that it's translated into French on the screen because it's Canada.
Yes.
I don't want them to be our 51st state just for this.
It's so bad that the hosts in Boston are letting it go because they think it's entertaining for their audience. It might be, but to us, we know both sides. It's just irritating to us. And I guess it might be interesting to the people that are in Canada, but I like that the two Boston guys are like, yeah, let's let him go. He's venting, man. He's really killing it. That's fucking annoying to me.
But to his point, by the way, to Tony Mariano's point, do you know the last time a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup, Eric?
I would think that it would be the Montreal Canadiens or the Calgary Flame. Probably Montreal in 92.
It was 93, but yeah,
93.
the Canadians. Yeah, the 92 to 93 season. So yes, 32 years. It's always been in the United States, but it goes on. But I just the fact that they let him go as long, I guess they don't know they're being put on. But
Ape Shit Media has a fun comment. This guy is like all the Sopranos characters rolled into one.
All right, I need to show him now so that we can match.
Turd! We didn't play Kyle Connor because we paid Matthew Tkachuk for 6 minutes, guys. Our arrogance is getting the best of us. We have to stop. We have to stop with this 51st state garbage.
Okay.
Yeah. He's definitely Bobby Baklava with his train set and also big pussy. Yeah, I agree on all those things. All right. Well, that was a lightly political conversation. Let's dive into politics for real.
Yes. I like this comment. Patrick says it's easy to tell he's Canadian because his head is not attached to his lower jaw when he talks.
That's a great point, buddy. Cheers, fuckface. So yes, I agree. Thank you for that. That's a great comment. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited about a new feature on StreamYard that I noticed today. You can directly share images instead of having to like drag them and post them. It was a whole thing. So now, as I set up this story, I can show how it started on X. So Marjorie Taylor Greene tweets at Texas Representative Dan Crenshaw to ask, did you threaten to, and there's a K word there that means, unalive. So did you threaten to unalive my friend Tucker Carlson? Dan Crenshaw responds, LOL, no. Would you like to read the community note right beneath that, Eric?
Readers add context. Dan Crenshaw did threaten Tucker Carlson's life. His comment was caught on a hot mic, audio video recording with video evidence. Click links.
And there's some links. And this came after an interview with GB News in the UK, the presenter Stephen Edginton. And he does point out, after our interview, I asked Dan Crenshaw if he'd ever met Tucker Carlson. He said, I would unalive him if I saw him.
Okay.
And so Stephen laughs it off. And then he said, no, seriously, I would unalive him. So
okay.
And I know that Tukey will make fun of me for saying it, but it's not my channel. We're supposed to say things like unalive. All right. But I do have the clip, which apparently the original place this clip was posted has taken it down. But that's the thing about the internet, Eric. It endures. Everything survives on there.
Written in ink. Written in ink.
So this is after the interview. Mr. Stephen Edginton asks Representative Dan Crenshaw if he's ever met Tucker Carlson.
Have you ever met Tucker?
So it does say we've talked a lot on Twitter. Now, he's not mic'd, but this is what I tell everybody every week on this show. I guess Representative Crenshaw doesn't watch our show. If he does, he'd only see half of it. So he doesn't know the fact that when you're in front of a microphone, every mic is a hot mic, Representative. So
yes,
he's talking about how he gets into a lot of tweets with Tucker Carlson. Yeah. Okay. So if I ever meet him, I'll, I can say fucking. This is the dumbest thing I've ever had to do. I'll fucking unalive him.
Okay. Yes. And so he obviously said it.
Yeah,
the only problem with this is when Green asked him, he lied. He should have said, yeah, so what? What are you going to do about it? I mean, who gives a shit if he said that, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, because look, you say that, I would violent act this person, if I ever saw them.
Right. He probably has a good reason to want to kill or unalive the guy. Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Sometimes you verbally show your taint as opposed to actually showing.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I struggle. But regardless, so now that you've been caught, all right, now the cover-up is worse than the crime. I don't know why people make up fairy tales.
Yeah, and I think that this is why people have a media team to tell you to be like, you can't say LOL no, that you didn't threaten Marjorie Taylor Greene's friend Tucker Carlson because we heard it. We have it. There's a recording.
Right.
So you have to come up with something else,
Don't they see eye to eye on a lot of things, those two? They're both Republicans, but one's more moderate, I guess.
Wait. You don't know what you just said, eye to eye?
Uh-oh. I've heard you're right. You lost an eye. God damn it.
Home run, Zane.
Do you remember that big thing when the guy whose dad who died in 9/11 made the crack about him on Saturday Night Live and he had to go on a fucking apology tour?
Davidson?
Oh, fucking shit.
Yeah. And then there he was on, he was on Weekend Update. He had to apologize to him.
Stupid.
Anyway, fun times there, but again, Representative Crenshaw, every mic is a hot mic. So keep that in mind the next time you want to threaten violence on
Absolutely.
I have so many clips on my hard drive here that I've never been able to play because the election ended and they became less fun. But there's these guys, the Good Liars, that go to
I love the Good Liars.
We played a few of them. I have so many that I really should have burned through them before the election. That's on me. But they went to CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference in the DC area. And they approached someone in a stairwell who had an interesting costume. So let's hear that conversation.
Work for ICE?
No, not at all.
Nope. Explain the outfit.
It's $29.99 on Amazon. I would recommend buying a small if you're my size. This one's a little too loose for my liking. But if you want some entertainment, wear this and go to a Home Depot in a sanctuary city like where I live right now, Washington, D.C., and you'll see all the illegals. Not all of them, but you can maybe see a lot of them start to run away. And you feel like a group fitness instructor. It's really good.
And you actually think that's funny?
I think it's hilarious.
I
Absolutely.
think I do.
What's not funny is I'm illegally...
There you have it, everybody.
Oh.
One of the worst people I've seen here at CPAC, and that's saying something. Appreciate it.
That's funny too. The whole thing was funny.
The whole thing's funny, and I like those guys. Those guys are very funny.
Yeah,
but the costume, is
about
hysterical.
Yeah.
And also that guy saying like, "Wear it to a Home Depot," right?
Man, I don't have the balls to do something like that.
No, I
to
don't
wear it. I mean, and I live in an extremely conservative neck of the woods, and they would like high five you if you wear that shit here. But I couldn't do it. I just think I'd get my ass kicked by somebody, you know?
No, I'd have to move if I decide if I was in that video. So just in case, I have to say that's not funny at all, and I don't know how anyone can laugh at it.
All right.
I just realized I'm
You
like, wait a minute, what am
asshole.
I doing? What am I doing here? All right. So there were some big moments from CPAC, and I've been to CPAC, and anybody who is a political commentator and makes fun of Comic-Con and then goes to CPAC, you're such a fucking nerd. It's the biggest group of nerds that you could ever find. But these nerds are really feeling things right now. And one of their heroes, Elon Musk, was on stage. And I've got a few clips to present of Elon Musk. Here's the first one for, again, hero of the conservative movement, Elon Musk.
That was something. I am become meme. Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living the meme. It's like there's living the dream and there's living the meme, and it's pretty much what's happening. You know?
Fuck yeah! Home run, Musk! You're living the meme!
At first, I thought he like fucked up and didn't say a word.
Nope.
And then this man, he couldn't deliver anything. Holy shit. He is so retarded. I mean, he talks about we should be able to say retarded, and I agree with him.
Well,
but
he's led to women delivering like 12 babies, though.
Oh,
So
I know
there's
it. I know it. And some of the most beautiful women that are alive.
that. Yeah.
But
and that kid who wiped his boogers on the desk at the Oval Office.
I love that kid. That kid is like he's a goddamn star is what that kid is.
That's true. But this guy, he could use some of X's media coaching. Honestly, he could use some of Barron Trump's media coaching, you know?
Yeah, he's an evil genius. He really is. He has no ability to deliver a line. He can't even fucking talk his way out of a wet paper bag. But there's obviously plenty of upside to what Elon is doing if you are in his personal space.
Yeah.
But communication, he sucks so much dick at trying to explain things. It's just you're always like, what the fuck is going on? If I'm Trump, I don't want to talk to him. I'm like, you can only communicate through email.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let you in the office. You can bring the kid in here. We can wipe his boogers. Tell me to go fuck myself. I don't give a shit. Just don't talk to me. Tell people, give me 5 things that you did this week. I don't care about any of that shit. Fuck, save me money, but don't talk to me, you fucking retard.
I don't want to be in an elevator with you making small talk. Can we
Jesus
make sure
Christ.
that never happens?
Yeah, I would want him on my team, but he's a goddamn idiot.
I would like to apologize to supervillains right now because I'm thinking of Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor in the Superman movies. He was very photogenic and he could really deliver, any kind of speech. So you know what? Maybe I took that out of context. Let me give Elon another shot. This is a different clip from later in the conversation.
To protect the First Amendment, it's not much more important than that.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of criticism, and people said, well, that proves he's a huge idiot from he voted for whatever, $44 billion, and now it's worth like 8 cents. And
It's not worth 8 cents.
It wasn't a sentence.
It was essentially to buy freedom of expression.
So this moderator is just like, anytime you stop talking, I can move on and we can pretend that was the end of the thought.
You just want to punch the words out of him. Everything is like, it's like, stop doing that. Say the words.
Yeah, that guy doesn't help. He's like, well, it's not worth 8 cents now. Do you know what I mean?
It's horrible. It's so awful.
Yeah, exactly. So this is there's a separate video that I'm not going to show where the president of Argentina gives Elon a chainsaw. But what I will show is Elon brandishing the chainsaw on the CPAC stage. Yeah.
Oh, that actually happened? I thought that was just a...
No. Yeah. So the president of Argentina gives him this because he's taking a chainsaw to the government. So he holds it up. And by the way, the guy's moderator is like, I can't wait to get the fuck away from this guy.
Yeah.
He's like, all right. Not only is this guy, I don't know, do we still use the term Asperger's? Do we still say that? I don't even know what he's on the spectrum.
He's got the tism, you know.
Yeah. So we've got a retard with a chainsaw.
Hopefully they took the chain off the goddamn blade there, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So, I think he's holding the chainsaw correctly. I would have expected him to hold the part with the chain
on it
and swing it around or some shit.
So this is Elon Chainsaw Massacre. Somebody can make that meme for us, and we'll take a look and see it. So listen, I know that people in our audience, you don't care what I have to say about CPAC and Elon Musk, and you definitely don't care what Eric Zane has to say. So let's ask ourselves an important question. WWNFD, what would Nick Fuentes do? Nick Fuentes, of course, our favorite America First white nationalist, anti-Semite. Yes, the Nick Fuentes. So what does he think about
anti-Semite? I love this guy so much.
I like Missy B a little bit more than him, but he's a close number 2. So Nick Fuentes, what does he think of Elon at CPAC?
And gives Elon the chainsaw, holds it up. This is the chainsaw of bureaucracy, and runs around the stage. And it was the most face-melting, cringe, secondhand embarrassment that I have felt in a very long time.
This is a guy who I'm pretty sure lives with his parents. And if he
doesn't,
he spent
dick too. I think he's the dick.
Allegedly, Destiny's video is him, but he claims it's not, and there's no proof to say that it is him. Milo Yiannopoulos is convinced it's him.
Okay, yeah.
It's literally President Reddit. Like, we elected Reddit as the president of the United. And what's sad about that is that it should have been President 4chan. That's the great tragedy.
It's a little bit of inside.
I don't get it. I don't know.
It should have been President Poll.
Yeah. He's going a little inside on some apps that I don't have. Like, I don't have Signal either.
4chan Poll or 8 Poll.
But instead
was President Reddit. And not even r/the Donald. We didn't even get r/the Donald. We got r/I fucking love science.
So he's saying we got like a nerd Reddit is basically what he's saying. So that's who this guy is.
Look, at this point, I don't give a fuck as long as I get my $5,000 check. God damn it.
I'm waiting for that check, by the way.
The rumor is that that's going to happen.
Yeah. Didn't Biden give us all a check at some point? And I don't think it helped him, did it?
Yeah, it covered bowling on Wednesday night.
That's true. All right. So we're going to jump back to CPAC. So this is Mexican actor Jose Eduardo Verástegui. And he ends his comments with a motion that some would say is troubling.
Join the Elon Musk and President Trump's movement. My heart goes out to all of you. My heart goes out to all of you. Fight, fight, fight.
All right. So this Mexican actor is talking about his support for, of course, President Trump, Elon Musk, and he does what people are calling the Roman salute, is what they're saying. They're not using any other word to describe that. And you look at that and you go like, what in the world would make this actor think that on the stage at CPAC is the time to do the Roman salute? Well, I have the reason why. This was a little bit earlier. Here's Steve Bannon.
The only way that they win is we retreat, and we're not going to retreat. We're not going to surrender. We're not going to quit. Fight, fight, fight. Amen.
And
like
Bannon doesn't even do the pat his heart. He just raises it up there. It looks like what?
He looks like retarded version of what's this fucking New York sports talk guy that we always make.
Oh, Mike Francesa.
He looks like retarded Mike Francesa.
Yeah, he's Mike Francesa without veneers and monthly facials. Yeah, this is a low rent Mike Francesa.
Yeah.
I've never made that connection before, but you're
He's always
absolutely
dressed
right.
like a local governor after a tornado, and he's surveying the damage, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Now, listen, I know that nobody watching this show right now wants to hear my thoughts on what Steve Bannon did. And that you don't want to hear what Eric Zane thinks.
No
about
one
what
wants to hear
Steve Bannon
anything I
did.
ever say.
Yeah. So I figure the only thing to do is, what does white nationalist anti-Semite Nick Fuentes have to say about what Steve Bannon just did?
Bannon gets up there. This was some sick shit. Bannon gets up there and says, I think Trump's going to run in 28. He goes, we want Trump. And then he throws up a straight up Roman salute. It's getting a little uncomfortable even for me.
It's getting a little uncomfortable
Come on.
even for me.
No, it's not, you
Well,
asshole.
he goes on, and I think it's worth hearing another moment or so of Nick
And
Fuentes.
I'm starting to feel like that guy in the picture that wouldn't hail Hitler. It's even getting a little uncomfortable, and I'm saying that, you know? And I was writing policy memos for Supreme Leader Kanye West, okay? I was writing policy papers based on Hitler's policies for
Wait a minute.
Supreme Leader. Yeah.
Are they having a Hitler off? Is this is a Hitler dick measuring
Well,
contest?
he and Candace Owens do seem to go into who's more anti-Semitic. Fairly
he's
back and forth.
jealous. He is jealous
Yeah.
because he's not there. And that's
Well,
that's-
he
that's
could have
unbelievable to
gone.
me.
I think, you know, somebody showed up at his house and tried to Dan Crenshaw him. You know, I
Wow,
think he
okay.
doesn't get out right now.
Everyone see that? Is everyone rocking with this? I don't know. It's getting a little too real. I was just kidding for the most part. I was kidding largely.
He needs to get on his mic, by the way.
Yeah, no, he
He's
does.
doing the old what's the sports asshole's name? Who always stands when he does his show, the fucking punter.
Oh, Pat McAfee. Well,
Yeah,
I'm a
he's
big
always
Pat
like,
McAfee fan,
"All
but he does
right,
always stand.
Welcome to the show.
Well-
I'm so glad you're here.
Well, speaking of welcome to the show, I'm so glad you're here. Look who's joined us. Our friend Adam Hughezy, the H-Man Hughes. Hughezy, we're talking about Roman salutes, so it's probably the perfect time to bring Hughezy on the screen.
Yeah, and the ironic thing is that people don't know why I call myself the H-Man. It's because it's but also how the media used to refer to as the moustache guy.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it for about a year or two, and no one's caught on that they've been talking about Adolf on the show. So
That you're
I
the
win.
actual H-Man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get too bogged down in policy, but I do want to share just the worst handshake you could ever see between President Trump and French Prime Minister Macron. They're trying to, I don't know what this is right here. It actually doesn't matter what they're saying, but is it tiddlywinks? Is it thumb wrestling? I don't know what's going on there. There's plenty of shows covering what the substance of the two of them meeting, but I don't really give that much of a shit about it. I just hate that handshake.
you can just picture Trump look at him going, you know, your gum over looks kind of stupid.
I think you can go back in the long list of shit those two talked about each other. I love the idea that Trump, you know, it seems to me like he's into almost like making good with people when he was talking to Obama at the funeral, and now
Sure.
this. I'm always
Macron.
afraid that something fucked up is going to happen. You know.
Yeah. Well, let's have him on Who Are These Broadcasters, and he can make good with us. What were you going to say, Hughezy?
It's almost like politicians are full of shit and people fall for it every single time.
Almost, but not quite. So here in the States, this probably isn't international news, but MSNBC canceled Joy Reid's talk show. She had her last show last night, and I'm not as really interested in what Joy Reid has to say. I feel like she'll probably be a lot more clippable for this show now that she's not on a corporate cable network. But I did want to share how Megyn Kelly reacted to the news of Joy Reid's cancellation.
News tonight will be Joy Reid's final show on MSNBC. Single tear, white woman tears happening right here, Joy. She was officially fired over the weekend because she's a racist, horrible news anchor with no ratings. And that's really been the truth for a long time. MSNBC's under new management, and I guess they decided to come to grips with reality. The truth is, this is very sad news for us, as she's provided so much material over the years. I feel the way I felt when Brian Stelter got fired, but he came back, and you never know. I'm sure Joy Reid will wind up doing something where we will continue to get to respond to her absolutely insane POV.
I well said by Megyn Kelly, by the way, and we're big fans of her, and I realized I didn't show that clip the right way. We don't actually need to hear what she had to say again, but I had us over here, and I think I was covering up the most important part of the clip, and that's on me for our visual audience. I don't know how invested you are in the players involved, Hughezy, but obviously a well-spoken white woman here, just letting her voice be heard.
Yes, Charlize Theron clearly hates Joy Reid or whatever her name is.
Yeah, I believe she's in Wicked. I think is who we're talking about.
I thought it was Tupac Shakur, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, I just love the fact that we finally got to a time where people can actually say, certain non-whites can actually be racist, and you can call them out for it and not get in trouble for it. Like Christian always talks about his hatred of Asian people.
Well, yeah, look, and I really try to deal with that hatred just one person at a time, and I'm really focused on that one person, and then halves of two other people who also live in my house. So getting in on reacting to what Megyn Kelly has to say is our friend Don Lemon, who is reacting not to that clip we just showed, but Megyn Kelly tweeted, "Remember when Joy Reid laughingly mocked, quote, white women tears as pathetic and offensive to her?
Okay.
Who's crying now, Joy? Good riddance to the absolute worst person on television, and shame on MSNBC for letting it go on this long." And Don Lemon, who does his show on YouTube now. Don Lemon used to be on CNN, and now he basically does what me and Eric Zane do. And
CNN?
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
what Hughezy does over at Hughezy Entertainment Television. Yes.
Yeah. There's a joke there, but I just realized not on my channel. So
on your channel you could say CNN, and well, if anybody wants to super chat a joke like that, though, we'll certainly take it.
Yes.
All right. So Don Lemon wants to go scorched earth on Megyn Kelly.
The worst person. No, Megyn Kelly. The worst person on television was fired from NBC in the Today Show a few years ago, and that's Megyn Kelly.
Oh, roasted. Wow.
That's the worst person who's not on television anymore.
Hot take.
By the way, in case you need me to encapsulate this back and forth, what Don Lemon just did was this.
I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are.
That's basically what we just got out of the two of them, and I have to make that clip louder. I didn't.
Yeah, what are you doing? Get your shit together.
Sorry.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought that was Joy Reid talking.
Okay. Yes. Fantastic.
So that is a very milquetoast, lukewarm response. But I am going to give Don Lemon some credit. He ends
because he
segment.
sucked your dick once.
What do you mean only once?
What? Like, well, you did his. Yeah.
Why would he not want to come back for more? Who have you talked to who sucked my dick? You think it's only a one-off? All
Eric Zane told me.
That actually makes perfect sense. So here he is, his big final presentation to wrap up the Megyn Kelly portion of his show.
Searched for a way to respond appropriately, and I called on my 10 years as a litigator in addition to my now 20 as a journalist, and I think I found the perfect phrase, go fuck yourselves.
So let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go fuck yourself. Okay?
doesn't hit. It doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit.
No.
But here's the one thing I'm going to give him credit on.
Yep.
He showed off this mug that he's drinking out of earlier.
Yeah.
It's the Megyn Kelly Hour, the Today Show that she got fired from.
Oh.
So.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
No.
You know, it just doesn't quite. The way she's in the mud and then he tries to get in there too. And it just, I don't know. Just let her have her fucking victory lap. She's going to fuck something up in the future.
Yeah.
You just let her go and then fuck her in the ass when the time is right. You know, don't.
Now you're talking. Now you're making some sense, Easy.
Yeah, I thought that's what the former boss of Fox News tried to do to her. But
you may be right.
Yeah, but that guy Don Lemon, you know the fruit. The lemon is.
Oh yes, lemon is a fruit. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Big fruit.
Yeah.
And it's a shame when these people, you know, the news readers.
Yes.
They have these big comebacks and they're almost going like this at the end of the sentence. It's like, no, Don, that sucked just like you did with Christian's big fat kech.
Larry Clark says Hughezy looks like he just experienced the Dutch oven. You wish.
Hughezy, do you know what a Dutch oven is? Is that in the lexicon where you're from?
Well, we call that a Guinness morning over here.
All right. Before we finish up, we've got two more fun political clips. This one I have to shout out Japanese fart enthusiast in the Discord. This is Representative Rosa DeLauro of Connecticut. So she posts this video, and she claims it was written by a Gen X staffer. And this version that I'm playing, I split the music and took it out, but it was set to No Doubt's Just a Girl because the Gen X staffer did it.
Yep.
So take a look at Connecticut Representative Rosa DeLauro.
This is the ranking Rizzler on appropriations, serving Connecticut's 3rd District. It's time to enter your dark academia Congress era.
Taylor Swift reference.
All right,
She looks like me. She looks like fucking me with a purple wig.
Yeah, well, you're definitely hotter.
House appropriation is the money moves in Congress. We are not chasing the bag. We are the bag. Democrats are making life smoother through government funding. It's giving, it's giving. So Sigma, main character energy. But Republicans' Project 2025 is mad sus.
So I think you're picking up what she is putting down, which is she's very old and she's using all these phrases that Gen X people think that people even younger than them use.
Yeah.
So,
was she holding a microphone or was that one of her tits?
Why can't it be both, Hughezy? Let's let her finish up.
Eliminating the Department of Education? Negative aura points. Basically, the biggest phantom tax on the environment, on your education, and your rights. Big L posting it online, buddy. Democrats understood the assignment, but go off. See how I keep you informed? Very cutesy, very demure.
You get
Can you
that
imagine how tired she was with all the walking they made her do to film this 60-second shit piece?
Well, I think they did it over a month. It's they probably carried her to each location, and then they just let go, and she stood. But very demure, very mindful. Even Eric Zane knows what that one means, only because of this dumb show that we
Right. Absolutely, yeah. I know that reference. I also know that she can hide that microphone in her nose. It's like a fucking carport.
Yeah, and that's not fucking her dye. She's got asparagus skull. And right after this, she went back to being the stunt double for De Niro in the Cape Fear remake. Hey, that's my Dennis Miller.
Oh, that's good. No, I like that. He would appreciate that. He always wants to hear how the Irish interpret his mannerisms. Horatius763, why is he dressed like a Russian gangster?
Because I'll be...
I think you mean Hughezy and not Representative DeLauro. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll be rushing for a piss within an hour. And also, Tracksuit Mafia, Daredevil is back next week. Thank you.
Daredevil is back next week. I'm glad that you know which audience you're talking to right now. All right. So our buddy Cardiff shared this earlier today, and his takeaway was the same thing that mine was. And I just wish I'd gotten to it before Cardiff did. So this is a local news story about, it's a very emotional story from a man who was just let go by the IRS. It was apparently his dream job was to work for the Internal Revenue Service.
Hope his job would be spared.
Joy Reid
How are you
again.
feeling?
Numb, confused, sad, angry.
Okay.
These Linkin Park lyrics?
Lost.
When did you get the official notice? Or was there an official notice?
We never got official notice.
Yeah.
Well, it was put up on the breakfast meeting, but I turned up late that day. So
this is the one guy.
We waited there all day until maybe 1 o'clock. And then it was kind of like a firing range. They lined us up, took our equipment, and sent us home.
So my favorite thing is we waited around all day, and then they lined us up at 1 o'clock. So what time was this guy leaving the office if all day is 1 o'clock?
And it's always good to have a photograph of him being very busy at work.
Yeah, he had plenty of time to perfectly frame this selfie here at the IRS. And what is Chad's missing upper
Chad's
lip?
missing upper lips has fired him because he could not count.
I don't even know what that means.
Pride and passion taken away.
Excited. I was so excited to learn the job.
Yeah, he's crying now.
I was telling my management I was going to be the best.
Everybody
They
listen.
can count on me.
He looks like he's wearing a shirt that John McClane wrote on at a Christmas party.
Ho, ho, ho. Now I have a machine gun.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Now I'm unemployed. Yo, yo, yo. More race jokes.
I have no say-so.
I just want to make sure everybody hears the end.
Battery.
What's going on there?
Changing the battery in the.
I have no say-so.
Or batteries.
Yeah, so that's, of course, a feature of Bedabbling Live ever since they had a gentleman who goes by Big Black on the show. He's known as that from the Howard Stern show. Eric, we've had a number of smoke detector battery clips on this show, including one, I believe it was Kay Adams was interviewing an athlete where it just went off the whole interview. And he's like, yeah, it's been like that for about a year and a half.
Yeah. He hasn't even bothered to change it once.
No, hasn't. All right, I have one more political clip, and then we'll dive into why Hughezy is here with us today. This is a big part of the reason you're here. So this is an American pundit who was kicked off the air for saying something that maybe some people feel like is just a statement of fact.
You are now getting to a stage, listening to your voice, Jackson, where you are prepared to bend the knee to actually get back into the mainstream media.
Long live the IRA. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bye-bye. What a stupid thing. Get rid of him. I'm sorry, mate. That is disgusting.
I've saved this clip for a month because I wanted you to see it.
It's not even St. Patrick's Day yet.
I know. Well, we're starting to celebrate early. The guy on the right, you're going to see, tries to do some damage control, but I don't know, what would you call the guy on the left? The bald cunt? I don't know. I don't speak British. I don't speak Irish. I don't speak Welsh. But let's see how they handle the fact that they kicked Jackson Hinkle off the air.
That is disgusting. And to be quite honest, I think it is illegal, probably.
Is that illegal to say "Long live the IRA" in the UK?
Yeah, pretty much. That's why there's a code word you'll see written online where people will say, "Turn up the radio."
Oh,
because up the is written within the saying, and so technically it's a code word. And when you see people say that, it means that they hate black people.
Would have been back in the 70s and 80s.
I mean, America changed their tune with the IRA when the...
I am very, very sorry for what he just said. Very sorry. And if that
Shuts him
offended
down.
you, I do apologize.
I love that this guy on the right tries to talk, and he literally forcibly grabs his hand.
Right.
Yeah.
That is
like
disgusting.
Landau when he was on Crowder.
That is disgusting. And to be quite honest, I think it is illegal, probably.
He's got the don't talk
Would have
sign.
been back in the 70s and 80s.
I mean, America changed their tune with the IRA when the.
I am very, very sorry for what he just said. Very sorry. And if
Don't
that
talk about the
offended you,
fucking Americans. How does that clip make you feel, Hughezy? I don't even know if you know Jackson Hinkle. He's not, he's not on the Nick Fuentes tier of commentators. But what does that make you feel inside, Hughezy?
Thirsty. I haven't had a drink in a month. I can bend my toes again. I was dealing with gout.
Yeah.
And as soon as I can put shoes on, I'm going to walk right to the bar and get gout all over again. I don't care.
By the way, Eric, have you seen the photos of Hughezy's gout foot?
No, but I've known people who've had it, and it's a bitch.
Yeah. And
it is not good.
You're still in recovery from gout, right? Not from drinking, but from gout, right?
And I put it all down to eating too much chocolate. That's my excuse. 40 years of eating chocolate. So
Don't people get that when they're like 89? Aren't you like 30? What the fuck? How the fuck do you get gout?
40, and I'll be dead in about 4 years anyway.
Yeah, but you and Ray DeVito have both gotten it in the last year, so I don't quite know what that says.
Anyway, I have to go back. Derelict Derek, we got a couple of super chats that people are
giving us money.
Yeah, they have gotten us money, and I fucked it all up, so I apologize. $1.99, Dame Taft. What's today's goal? If it's $2, you're welcome. Derelict Derek says for $4 for $4.99. I'm speaking from a place of authority. Not all of us should be allowed to vote. What that was concerning, I don't know, but I apologize for not reading it on time.
Okay, I don't know if we got these other ones in. Did you read this one? Show Carl this show is a keeper from Labyrinth Mystic. Hit the like button, you cunts. The Duke of the Delusional, this was way back at the beginning when we had former Vice President Harris surveying fire damage. That was the smell of her bloated dead campaign. And we did have Vinny Safatwap. We did have both of those. And you said, did you you just read this?
I did read that. So
I want to shout out. No, I want to shout out Dame Taft. Stay tuned because Dame Taft will hear Dame Taft a little bit.
Oh,
so,
good.
Yeah, we're all caught up now.
And, sorry about that. Sorry.
No, look, we got it. Hamilton Berger will never forgive us because apparently we burned him twice. And I try to always go through the super chats, but that's not why people are here. People are here because they want the jingles.
PTP, who are these broadcast history? Who are these broadcast history?
Can I do my AI observation?
Yes, please.
So I don't know if you've been seeing this thing that's been going around where they've been doing AI versions of Down syndrome women with good bodies.
I may have seen some of those, yes.
So people are literally jerking off the AIDS.
You're just waiting for a platform to use that. Yeah. So as our Irish correspondent, I needed to bring Hughezy in for what I consider to be a controversial move by McDonald's. They have brought back a character to help sell their Shamrock Shake. And I think you know who I'm talking about because you started laughing. So we all know Grimace. We love Grimace. He's a big purple mountain, possibly a turd. I'm not quite sure beyond that. But there's a relative of his who hasn't been around for about 45 years. But they did bring back Uncle O'Grimacy. So that is basically a green Grimace with a hat on, some non-offensive music playing while they introduced him. What I love about that music is that you can play it at a wedding, you can play it at a funeral, you can play
turn up the radio.
Right.
You can definitely
Gangs
turn
of
up the
New
radio.
York.
Now, I don't know how familiar you might be with Uncle O'Grimacy. So before I let you have an opinion on Uncle O'Grimacy, I want to show a couple classic McDonald's commercials where they introduced him.
Ronald, everything looks green. Oh, green butterflies. And green footprints. Uncle O'Grimacy.
Hello, boys. I'm back, and I'm painting everything green to match me Shamrock Shakes. Shamrock Shakes are back? Yummy.
Let's celebrate at McDonald's.
Shamrock Shakes, they're a beautiful green. The most beautiful green that we've ever seen.
Shamrock Shakes, they're a beautiful green. Uncle O'Grimacy.
Oh, Uncle O'Grimacy, you fucking drunk. So, were you familiar with Uncle O'Grimacy before I just bombarded you with him?
I wasn't even familiar with the Shamrock Shake. They don't sell them here.
Oh, well, they should. They should sell them year-round. There's a missed opportunity.
Don't sell them there.
Yeah. Well, I think a Shamrock Shake over here is when you're very drunk at a bar and you pay an immigrant woman for a hand job. But, yeah, you can't. And it's even worse because there's a McDonald's quite near where I live.
Yeah.
And it doxed. And yeah, so they don't even advertise it. Not only that, I medically can't have one, so I'm racially offended and I'm hungry.
All right. Well, maybe they. This is a couple years later. Maybe they softened the view and the portrayal. Maybe they made it a little bit less of an ethnic stereotype.
My Uncle O'Grimacy is coming to visit, and I didn't get him a present.
Ah, a Shamrock Shake coming up.
Oh, sure, and be Cora House, me little nephew.
Here, Uncle O'Grimacy.
Oh, you shouldn't have a Shamrock Shake, I take it. Oh, it's great. It's green. Where on earth can we get more?
There's only one place on earth to get a Shamrock Shake. McDonald's. But only for a limited time.
I better have one then.
Sure, and be Cora.
What it actually is, the Shamrock Shake, a taste of potato. They blend fries in a glass.
You take the vanilla shake and you pour like a half a pint of Guinness in there, and then you stir it up and you give it to kids.
A tasty potato.
Oh yeah.
By the way, my favorite moment in the whole commercial is when Uncle O'Grimacy drinks the shake and he just puts it right up to his mouth. And, you know, people were stupid in the 70s. They didn't actually have to try and convince you. So do you feel like your culture has been misappropriated by the McDonald's Corporation, or is this fairly an accurate portrayal? Is this more like an exchange student program?
I will accept that because I've seen Charlie's Angels 2, which had the worst example of an Irish accent from an American actor ever, quickly followed by, I don't know if you've ever seen a film called The Devil's Own.
Oh, with Irishman Brad Pitt? Yes.
Yeah, he goes, I'm from the IRA, so I am. It's like, are you? Like,
are you?
Hey?
Turn up the radio.
Yeah.
So
where's that black guy took my Shamrock Shake?
AI Taylor, Uncle Paul O'Grimacy. Let me show you how a big boy kisses. I need you to actually leave that comment. No, bring that comment back up. Leave that on the screen because it's almost as if AI Taylor was in rehearsal. Because I do want to address, people might be saying, well, Uncle O'Grimacy is back for the first time in 45 years. Where did he go? Was there a reason he left? And unfortunately, there is some activity that looks questionable by this day and age.
McDonald's, the Uncle O'Grimacy balloon puppet. It's free, no purchase necessary. It makes a fun balloon. Or ask Mom for some scissors and turn it into a hand puppet. The Uncle O'Grimacy balloon puppet, now through March 17th. It's free at participating McDonald's.
So it is a fun balloon puppet, and this young boy here is inflating Uncle O'Grimacy. So I think that maybe then he was just like, you know what, Uncle O'Grimacy, it's going to be like the Catholic Church. We're just going to move you to another parish.
Yeah.
We're not going to put you in jail, but you can't be around McDonald Land anymore.
Well, at least he's not a racist. He abused an Asian child, so
so that makes everything okay.
That's the British way these days. As long as you're not racist, do whatever you want.
Well, I've got Uncle O'Grimacy who was working with Pete Townsend. Yes, Dwyer Christian. He was doing research on a book. Dame Taft, CB, if Adam Bush doesn't call me back, will you take me to the WATP 600 dance? I absolutely will. I do know that it's a Sadie Hawkins approach where the listeners and callers and super chatters are asking the hosts on the network. I would be honored to take you to the 600 dance. Dwyer Christian, Bobby Lee sucking off Uncle O'Grimacy.
Speaking of Pete Townsend, have you ever seen that they actually televised when he was being interrogated by the police?
No, I didn't see that.
Did they really?
Yeah, you can actually find it online. They literally had cameras in the room where they were reading the reports to him, and they're going, and this says like, well, you were found with these images on your hard drive. Were you aware? He's like, yes, I was, and this video file is like, yes, I was. How'd you do the intro to Bob O'Reilly? You know.
I mean, that's got the makings of a bonus episode.
Yeah,
right
we need
there.
to review that.
I mean,
I just wrote it down.
I still want to do the episode of Prince Andrew's interview with what's her name, Emily Matlis. So we've got some plans for that. I want to give one more fun throwback to my youth. This is another forgotten character. This is the Northeast ice cream chain Carvel.
Happy St. Patrick's Day from Carvel. I'm here with my good buddy, Cookie O Puss. We want to help you celebrate.
That's right, Cookie Puss. We want everyone to know that we're made at participating Carvel stores with America's freshest ice cream.
The families who own Carvel ice cream stores would love to make a St. Patrick's Day cake for you and yours. Or any day that you want America's freshest ice cream, please visit them.
So mostly people from the New York area will appreciate hearing the dulcet tones of the lovely Tom Carvel, who did his own commercials. But have you ever seen a Cookie Puss or a Cookie O Puss before, Hughezy?
No, I honestly thought that a Cookie Puss was a medical condition. This is the first I'm seeing of it, but I gotta say, if you don't like mint ice cream, you're probably into CP. Mint ice cream is the best ice cream, and if you don't like it, then you don't matter.
All right. Well, I think that is a hot take. I want to end the show just in case you're taking this all in stride. I'm glad that the Irish are able to laugh at themselves, unlike Americans. But in case you'd had a problem, I came across a different McDonald's commercial that I think we're all going to walk away from thinking about good, warm feelings about the McDonald's Corporation and, of course, Grimace.
How you doing? I put together some really impressive deals. But this thing you've pulled off, it's amazing. A big and tasty for just $1? How do you do it? What's your secret?
Got a buck? You're in luck. Because you can get a delicious beefy big and tasty, a McChicken sandwich, and lots of your other favorites on McDonald's Dollar Menu every day.
Together, Grimace, we could own this town.
And now they do. So you see, it's foreshadowing.
Yeah, I thought he was feuding with Rosie O'Donnell.
Well, this is before it got bad.
Yeah, that's right. It was everything was still okay back then.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Hughezy, just on a Trump note, and this is more tying into Marvel movie talk. So
yes, please.
The star of the upcoming Thunderbolts, Sebastian Stan, has been Oscar nominated for playing Trump in The Apprentice.
Yeah. And
the director of The Apprentice has just got done for SA.
Oh.
So Disney must be shitting themselves. Like, do not talk at the Oscars. They must be campaigning behind the scenes. Don't interview him. Don't let him speak on the mic. We need to be able to announce a sequel to something.
Well, Hughezy, I want to make sure that everybody knows that they can find you over at Hughezy Entertainment on YouTube. You have to become a premium member to get the best episodes, which are the ones that I'm on, not the one with Dean and Steel Toe arguing with each other. The ones you want are me talking about David Lynch and Zack Snyder and a bunch of hacks. When are we talking about M. Night Shyamalan, the ultimate hack?
Hopefully next month when I will be drinking again. I also want to talk about Mel Gibson, so that means that if you celebrate Hanukkah, don't tune in. But I would plug that YouTube channel quite soon because that'll be 10 o'clock over here. It'll be 5 p.m. Eastern. The great Bob Levy's coming on.
Oh, that's great.
And we will be joined by a round table of scumbags such as the Quad Father, Dave Sara, and Apple Pineapple. And we're going to be talking about the Anthony Cumia radio deal, the Kevin Brennan attacks, and maybe something else if I can think of a third question, which I likely won't.
Oh, that's all right. With those guys, the conversation will have itself. So tune into that over there on Hughezy Entertainment Television. Do you have a goal of $69 as usual, or have you set the goal at a different number?
Well, Bob Levy's on, and a gram costs $80, so the goal will be $80 for Bob Levy.
I think that's more than appropriate. And by the way, this is a great time to let people know that they should subscribe to Hughezy's channel, and you'll be able to watch that anytime. And we appreciate it. Hughezy, we've got some voicemails to play, and then we'll say goodbye. But you don't need to stick around if you want to prep for that show. So we appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us, Uncle O'Grimacy, and Bobby Lee, who was giving him an extra Grimacy.
And also, if I could just plug my Instagram, because today, since 2007, I had a Rubik's Cube. I finally finished the Rubik's Cube today, and I posted it. You can't see it, but I've got an erection. It was a glorious day. It's been a great day today.
I have the same Rubik's Cube I started in 1983.
Sounds like your health is turning for the better. Erection. And then, you've got solid mental thoughts, and your gout is getting better.
Yeah, it just now I've got the problem of trying to kick a painkiller addiction before St. Patrick's Day, or else I'll die.
Well, on that note, thank you, Hughezy. We appreciate it. And people can find you on my channel talking about Captain America and all that. So thanks to the great Adam Hughezy, the H-Man Hughes. We appreciate it. We appreciate that he's here, and that was fun. Were you familiar with those Irish stereotype characters that we showed on the air there?
I hadn't thought of them till I last saw that commercial, but yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Boba's Auto Detail. Thanks for the $2. Two Nogas stole my Shamrock Shake. Noga, of course, is
killed me with
Shuli's late mother. Yeah, Shuli's late mother.
He killed me with the Shamrock Shake tasting like a potato. That
was pretty great.
That made me really laugh hard.
So before we go, I not only have a voicemail, we have two voicemails. So last week, I challenged each and every one of you to go to whoarethese.com, look up the voicemail number, leave a message for WATB. You have to tell Carl that that's what it is. Or I also, and maybe you don't remember that I did this, I told people that they could email me. They could email me blackcast@gmail.com. And our pal Dame Taft actually did just that. So let's hear Dame Taft answering the call of, can you make a better voicemail than the one we played last week?
Hi, boys. I get all my news from Who Are These Broadcasters? Okay. Bye-bye.
And, of course, the call we played last week.
This message is for Who Are These Broadcasters? Hi, boys. I get all my news from Who Are These Broadcasters?
Asshole.
Okay.
So I'd like to invite the rest of you. If you would like to give us a version of that, you can go ahead to go to whoarethese.com, look up the voicemail, and leave it for us, and just mention that it's for WATB. Now we got a solid, legitimate, actual voicemail as well. Someone that has some constructive criticism that I take to heart.
Yes, this message is for Who Are These Broadcasters? Message to Christian and Eric. I understand that you don't get very many voicemails, so I wanted to make sure that you received this one. And I wanted to remind you that I would think that the bulk of your listenership probably doesn't consider your show appointment listening. I mean, we all have lives. And we kind of stumbled into your show via Who Are These Podcasts, and I stumbled into that from the Drew and Mike show. So, I mean, there was just a whole chain of events that led me to you. But I'm not sitting around watching YouTube videos during the day to super chat people at random when I'm bored. I have you on my podcast, and you show up in my stream, and I listen to it when I'm walking the dog or driving the car, and it's all good. So get yourself a big boy Patreon account. Maybe I'll throw you $5 skin there. Okay. See ya.
I love that. I didn't think anybody would have wanted a Patreon
All right,
from us.
let's
do it just for him.
Patreon.
If we have one Patreon member for $5, it's worth it.
Yes.
When you look at the sliding scale of what we get in super chats, it's not as actually a crazy of an idea as it might sound.
No, we always add more. We can always add more to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like when a guy in a band does a side project or some shit. That's what it is. They just keep working with the band and
we're
a side project.
We're the Jerry Garcia band. We're not the Grateful Dead.
No.
Or we're Keith Richards' expensive winos.
Right.
We're not the Rolling Stones.
Outstanding examples.
Yes.
And by the way, we got into a fight. Just a final note about Paul McCartney. Fuckface Carl said that was an outstanding performance by McCartney, and I said, "You're an asshole."
You did say that, yeah.
Then I sent to the idiots Christian and Carl a clip of Ringo Starr, pitch perfect, singing with a little help from my friends.
Yeah.
Christian said he's always been shit, so this can't be any better.
Yeah.
And then it's been a bitter war about this past week over the Beatles.
Yeah.
And
look, I think at the end of the day, we just all agree that we all love George Harrison. I believe today's his birthday. So
yes, he would have been like 85 or some shit.
Yeah. So let's shout out George Harrison and shout out everybody in the chat, including super chat that I don't think we showed. Did you read this one from Derelict Derek?
Yes, I did. Okay. I did read that one.
All right. Well, I like Derelict Derek, so I'm speaking from a place of authority. Not all of us should be allowed to vote.
I neglected the shows earlier, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, but I do believe we have hit all of our super chats. Eric, I want you to let everyone know where they can find you, and including your segment with Carl last week.
I go live every day on Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app, search at Eric Zane Live, all one word, 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Thursday, Friday at 9, and then the audio podcast wherever you download shows. That's how I get the audio podcast from that. I have a Patreon, but I talk about it on the free show, so whatever. But
just check out the free show, and you'll be hooked.
No, you won't.
No,
it's not that good. It's not that good, but it allows me to do this and nothing else. I don't have to do anything else. I'm so happy.
Right. And a show that probably also won't hook you is my podcast, The Blackcast, BLADTCAST. Over the past week, I've done a couple specials about the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live with a few of my fellow former NBC Page friends. So if you want to see a bunch of nerds talking about sketch comedy from the past 50 years, check that out. And please go to whoathese.com, sign up for the Patreon, become a member on YouTube. You'll see WATP recorded every Wednesday and Saturday, including tomorrow's 600th episode. And then there's also 2 bonus episodes every month. And there will be a bonus episode today at 5 p.m. Eastern. Bonus episode number 82, which is Carl taking a look at one of Patrick Michael's long forgotten, long deleted podcasts. Great job. Thank you. So please check that out. So that is all the time we have for now. As always, this is Christian Blatt reminding you and Dan Crenshaw that every mic is a hot mic. But hey, guys, how about Jenny's Amazing Cans? I want to slobber on those gazongas. 88 Double H. I'm so sorry, Jenny, but money talks.